Potential big news coming from Ripple and XRP in the next couple of days. This was yesterday from a ex-Ripple employee, ex-Amazon, ex-Google, tweeting that out. And it so happens that I think today Ripple is like doing some special event at their San Francisco headquarters. So there could be some news coming out of Ripple within the next couple of days at that San Francisco event. And it just so happens that the XRP chart, man, is lining up for it. It's lining up for a big move to send it on out of here. And we're right on top of the belly of the beast right now. We have the 1 day prepare to buy soon. You look to the left. When you see the buy now come in, buy now come in, buy now, or the sell now, usually it calls the tops and the bottoms. And us being on the top of the belly of the beast, being so oversold and just suppressed in price the past months here, it's waiting for a catalyst. And hey, maybe whatever is announced, if something's announced, can be the catalyst to pop this sucker on out of here. And it's like a trampoline pad on top of the belly of the beast right now. So the charts are lining up for a potential catalyst, an announcement. So we'll have to be keeping our ears to the streets and the tweets for something. And you'll know if it's something big, because XRP's price, whenever there's an announcement, it just goes straight up like that. So we'll keep an eye out. Then we had some news come out where XRP in the Ripple case, federal judge has ordered Ripple Labs to produce additional information around its institutional sales of XRP. They filed a motion to oppose this request last month, calling the documents irrelevant, but the judge ordered that they have to give the documents, which it's not too big of a deal here. Then we go to the next thing, which is the Tucker and Putin interview airs tomorrow. So like, man, things in this world are going to start to accelerate as far as the drama. And it's an election year as well too. And there's going to be some bomb drops in this. It's going to be interesting to see what comes of it. Then we have credit transfer in 10 seconds at no extra cost. EU launches payment revolution. This was breaking news today. And the European Parliament closes the legislative process, introducing new rules for purchases, transactions, and shopping in the single market. A vote that revives and reintroduces payments via POS, and that's not proof of stake, POS systems. So euro payments in 10 seconds without charging additional costs or fees for customers and businesses, particularly small to medium-sized enterprises. The European Parliament is launching the digital shopping revolution, approving by an overwhelming majority in the regulation, introducing new rules for the everyday operation as credit transfer of the single market. So the instant payments regulation marks the long-awaited modernization of payments in the European single market. It is a step change that will have to be made by everybody, especially in Italy, so reluctant to technological progress and new payment methods, as evidenced by the tug-of-war with the European Commission on POS introduction and deployment, the card payment device. So now with the House vote bringing the legislative process to a close, states will have to get busy, as under the provisions of the new regulation, banks and payment service providers will have to ensure that transfers are processed immediately. So we're seeing the dominoes start to fall. First, there needs to be a vision, and they have that vision. The vision's towards the Holy Grail. And then they need to update if every country, their payment system to instant payments. And that's what we're seeing now. Then you need a universal standard like ISO 222. Then you have to launch a wholesale CBDCs with interoperability in mind. And then you have the Holy Grail, digital neutral bridge asset to be that global one liquidity pool for the instant value exchange and transfer mechanism from anything to anything. So that's where we're headed, but it's a process, man. So it's not going to happen overnight, but all these things that are happening are just steps towards that Holy Grail. And we know what the Holy Grail is. Then we have credit card debt hits a staggering 1.13 trillion. I mean, we're blowing past previous years and the debt is getting very unsustainable. And our way out, and that's why you're here right now, is crypto. Like if you got credit card debt, then pick up your phone, go on to Coinbase, buy some crypto. It's the only way to get out, not financial advice. But in my opinion, it's the only way to get out of a deep pit, deep hole. A lot of people that, it's just, you can't get ahead nowadays. And crypto is that mechanism to get ahead and put yourself in a better position, put your family, friends in a better position. So it's going to get tough out there, but you guys are in the right place. You guys are doing the right things. Then we have this. So I saw this was interesting. Promethium, I know there was drama with them in the past, but they just put out a tweet saying that they're excited to announce that, let me go to the actual tweet because the verbiage was very interesting. It was something about you can access digital asset securities, and the first offering was Ethereum. So the verbiage of the digital asset securities and then mentioning Ethereum, there could be something there that, is not evident to the naked eye just yet, but we'll have to see what results from that. But then we have Mr. Man saying XRP's liquidity is projected to play a pivotal role in 2025, with estimates suggesting a substantial increase in trading volume. It is used as a bridge currency and Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution, and it's expected to fuel efficient cross-border transactions, making it an attractive option for financial institutions and contributing to its potential for significant growth. Absolutely. Spot on the money. We're crossing the chasm. We're about in the middle of this decade, and the end goal is 2030 for all to be said and done to reach that holy grail. And I believe that, now that we're in halfway through this decade, things are going to start to accelerate, and we're going to start moving towards the utilization of these blockchains, these solutions, with these digital assets being front and center. So then we have moving beyond ETFs. Forget ETFs. Let's work on tokenizing the whole value chain. And see, now we're starting to get into the real stuff, real world assets. So tokenization, the biggest buzzword in crypto markets currently, means not just bringing new digital assets on chains, but in the future, originating and settling them on chain as well. So the last 6 months of crypto markets have been dominated by two main narratives: the prospect of Bitcoin ETFs and real world assets. Interestingly enough, these themes represent two sides of the same coin. Bitcoin ETFs take digitally native assets off chain, while real world assets bring traditional assets on chain. Larry Fink said that ETFs are a step one in the technological revolution in the financial market. Step two is going to be the tokenization of every financial asset. I would argue that bringing the entire value chain, not just the end product, on chain should be the final objective for all financial assets. This includes equities, fixed income, cash equivalents, alternative investments, and the many structured products that build on top of them. Making digital assets available off-chain may have advantages. Bringing traditional assets on-chain might too. But this hardly scratches the surface of what blockchain can do for capital markets. Unparalleled efficiency, transparency, programmability can be enabled from origination and issuance to settlement and custody. Bringing traditional assets on-chain is one thing. Building them entirely on-chain is another. Traditional firms like WisdomTree are already pushing past simple token wrappers and embracing broader blockchain capabilities. For capabilities like settlement, record keeping, exchange infrastructure, JP Morgan Onyx is also exploring on-chain settlement and rebalance execution for alternative assets and broader portfolio management. Blockchain native organizations like Goldfinch and Maple are also bringing credit markets on-chain with lending facilities and secured collateral. Same with Ondo. Other asset classes like real estate, private equity, and carbon credits are coming on-chain too. Granted, there is regulation to consider and technology to develop, but the collective opportunity to move beyond Bitcoin ETFs and tokenize real-world assets is immense. In a future where all assets are built, managed, and distributed on-chain, investors, asset managers, and even regulators will benefit from the transparency, efficiency, and disintermediation that results. Lower costs, global distribution, and more efficient markets await on the other side. It's the biggest thing to happen, folks, since the internet. That's for sure. And Bitcoin ETFs aren't the finish line, and that's what that they were getting into in the past article. Then we got Stellar's testnet reset is complete. Prepare for the Protocol 20 upgrade. We're getting smart contracts on Stellar. I believe it's in February, late February. You're going to see smart contracts go live on Stellar with Sorobon. And then also, I think the XRP automated market makers, I thought I saw something that I got delayed, but we'll have to see if that's actually the case. But that's supposed to happen on Valentine's Day. Then we had this. Fidelity has now added cryptocurrencies to their all-in-one ETFs. So in their all-in-one ETFs, cryptocurrencies has a 1% weighting. I saw 1% weighting for their their overall ETF. They're all-in-one. And then we have Fidelity has already started to move to T+1 settlements. DTCC May deadline for all of US. So there's a May deadline for the DTCC for all of the US to go to T+1 settlement. So the transaction plus 1 day until it settles. When I was at Fidelity, it was T+1 for bonds and like mutual funds. But when it came to equities, it was T+2. So they're moving down to T+1. I mean, it was already T+1 for certain securities like bonds and the mutual funds, but for equities, now it's T+1 as well too. So slowly but surely, we're getting to instant settlement. Then we have this to finish it off. The price of Ether is on the move as ARK Invest 21 shares amend their spot ETH ETF application to allow for cash creation, similar to moves made by the spot Bitcoin ETF applicants prior to those funds winning regulatory approval. So now we're starting to see ETH move up in a big way, outperforming. I think it's up like 2 or 3% today. But can't you start to feel it? You know, the new narrative is starting to form. And if you watch the market update from earlier, it looks like we could be in for another press up here. And now we're starting to get the narrative to back it up, with Ethereum starting to take the limelight. So there's going to be coins that, you know, are going to experience greater upside with this new narrative. I mean, with the Bitcoin narrative already was making a killing because it's BRC20. But now I think the layer 2s on Ethereum, Arbitrum, Optimism, and other ones are going to start to perform very well, given that the Ethereum narrative is now starting to take shape and hold. So that's going to be it, guys. That is the crypto newsletter today. I'm going to make some short videos on XRP because XRP, I need to show you guys what's happening right now in the charts, XRP to USD, XRP to Bitcoin. And if you haven't already seen the XRP 2024 moonshot price prediction videos or the other 36 price prediction videos for a bunch of different coins yet, I'll link it in the bio of the playlist so you can watch it, because now's the time to start preparing for what may be around the corner here, because XRP could be on the precipice of a massive move. And hey, if that announcement is something big, it could be time. So I'll see you guys in the Discord. Link is in the bio for that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.